Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Marvel Monday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Marvel Legends series, Captain America, Bucky Barnes. Let's get into it! Let's start things off with a look at the packaging. Here we have Marvel Legends series 4 and up, assortment number if you need that. Avengers, 60 years of Earth's mightiest. On the front, Captain America, Bucky Barnes, and then there's some artwork there of the character in the background. And then in the foreground here, we have a digital render of the figure. Marvel's Avengers, Beyond Earth's Mightiest. Warning, don't stick things in your pie hole that do not belong there. Plastic-free packaging, and Hasbro print. On the bottom, we've got includes figure and 5 accessories, and there it is again in all kinds of other languages I don't read. And in case you forgot where we just talked about it, plastic-free packaging, except tape and glue. On this side, Marvel Legends series, and again a nice digital render of the figure. On this side, some nice artwork from the comics, actually. On this side. And then Marvel Legends series. On the back, Marvel Legends series, Captain America, Bucky Barnes. And then there's another digital render of the figure, and then a digital render of the accessories. Warning, attention, Achtung, don't stick things in any language pie hole that do not belong there. Don't give it to babies. Recycle this stuff, I guess. Attention, especially don't stick things in your French pie hole. Marvel print, small, fine, legalese, made in China print. Symbols I'm not going to learn, a barcode, and some Hasbro print. That, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories. And here we have handy dandy tweezers to help us take a look at the accessories. And first up, he does come with an alternate set of hands. And they are fists. And they are, I think they have a gloss coat over them to give them shine. Because this part doesn't seem to be shiny. Although it is kind of a shiny red plastic, it's not as shiny as the rest of this. So it looks like it does have some type of gloss or even glossy red paint applied to it. But it's a fist. It looks like a fist. And it does have some nice molded fist details in there. This one is exactly the same, only, oops, I dropped it, only for the opposite side. So, those are cool. Next up, we have his knife, which I know we've seen before, but I can't tell you exactly where. But several figures have... this knife has come with several figures now. And it's not a bad looking knife. Looks like it's molded in this silver plastic, and then it's got black paint apps for the handle. Nice molded details. Looks like it's got a little bit of a saw portion on it there, and you can see the blade part, and it's kind of pointy at the tip. So this gun, not my favorite. And again, this is one we've seen with several figures now. And it does have a nice futuristic kind of look. It's just not what I think of when I think of this version of Captain America, but it is cool looking. I just wish this one had come with a more realistic looking weapon. Now here's a shield, and it looks like it's molded in like a translucent glittery red, and then the white and the blue and the star are maybe tampoed on it. But you can see it's got a little bit of the swirly twirlies going on here. And even on this side right there, at least. So, and then over here too. And then of course it has pretty much what you can say is the standard Marvel Legends C-clip for Captain America's shield, and then the post on this side. And of course, you know, it'll do like that. So they can actually hold it by the peg as well, but it's really made to go, and there's a port on his back that it's made to go into. And I'll have to say, you know, it's a pretty good size for Cap's shield. I do like that size. I do like that shape. Just not necessarily the colors of it. So let's talk about the figure itself. And we'll raise the camera up so we can take a look at it. And right off the bat, you can see there's some paint slop there at the edge of the mask. Now the eyes look very crisp and clear. Looks like they were used, you know, the inkjet or face printing technology, whatever they're calling it now. Looks like that's what was used there. Maybe it was used here as well. It just, maybe it's my copy wasn't lined up properly. I'm not sure, but you see it's got a little bit of that down here at the star too, although there's nothing really going over the edges. It's just that maybe in parts the star doesn't go far enough. See, like you can see where it's raised up there, the edge is blue. The A is nice and crisp. These look like pieces that are probably glued in. Nice star tampos on either side. And I will have to say, on this midsection here with the white and red stripes, they did do a pretty good job there. Then we've got some paint apps here for the fasteners on the pouches, and it carries over to the pouches on the back, but not the canteen. So a little bit weird there. Of course, he does have the little short gloves, which is the design of this costume. And you can see the belt doesn't come all the way around, and we'll talk about the belt a little bit more in a minute. But nice, looks like glossy red paint on the hands, not necessarily this part, the cuff. And then of course from the waist down, everything is just molded in black. The boots are a little bit shiny, so I think they're just molded in a shinier, glossier plastic. I don't think there's any kind of overlay or gloss, clear gloss or anything like that put on this. Then you can see the back kind of looks, you know, it looks like it's supposed to look. And of course, in the middle of the store, there's a port for the shield to plug into. And then a little bit of a, I guess where it was molded in maybe this plastic, but it's hard to tell, but that's what it looks like. It looks like a swirly twirly there. So there is that. I mean, overall it's okay, but like this on the face, the star is kind of excusable. This at the edge of the mask is not. I'm not digging that at all. So let's talk about his articulation. His head is on a dumbbell, so he can look up that high. He can look down that far. He's got chicken neck. He's got waggle. He can do the full exorcist. At the shoulders, he's got butterflies. So his arm will go back that far and it will go forward that far. So not a lot of range there. 360 degrees of rotation at the shoulder. And he can raise his arm up pretty good bit past 90 degrees. Cut here at the upper bicep for a full 360-degree rotation. At this, I don't know why I was fixing to say shoulder. At the elbow, double hinged, pinless elbow, and it'll give you that much bend. And this actually looks like there's a cut here, but it's not. It's just a mold line. And then 360 degrees of rotation at the wrist. And this is just a grip hand, and it is on an up and down hinge. So that's cool. This side is his trigger finger, and it's on an up and down hinge too, and it works a lot better than that one. I don't know, maybe it's out a little bit. I'm not sure. But there you have it. It's got a standard Marvel Legends ab hinge in there. It allows him to lean backwards that far and forward that far. Now here's where we get back to the belt. Now he does have a straight cut here at the waist, but the belt is kind of plugged into it, and I'm assuming that it goes in far enough that the waist pin goes through, because as you can see, as you start to rotate him, you can see right there where it's starting to come loose. And I'm sure the figure will do a full 360-degree rotation, but this belt is just going to keep getting in the way and stuff, so not a big fan of that. So at the hips, he can give you that much of the splits. He kicks forward approximately 90 degrees and back barely in it all, maybe a quarter of his foot. Cut at the upper thigh gives you full 360-degree rotation. Double hinged, pinless knee, and it gives you that much bend approximately. And then you've got your standard Captain America pirate cuff boots, and there is a cut at the top of those for a 360-degree rotation. Then at the ankle, tilts down that far, tilts up that far, so pretty good range there. And then forward facing pin for rocker. And then I forgot to mention, you know, at the edge of the shoes, he's got some molded details there for the shoes. So when you see them from the side, you know, they look all grippy and stuff. Now, as far as weapon storage, the pistol he can, of course, hold in his hand, but it will also go pretty neatly right into the holster. The knife slides right down into the sheath, and it gets caught on the belt a little bit sometimes, and it does bend a little bit when you put it in there, as you can see there. And as far as the shield goes, of course, you can clip it on his arm, but it does also, this pig right here goes in this hole. And that might look a little, I don't know, maybe that's better. So it will pin in the back like so. Well, there you have it, my friends. A look at the figure and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have the once Walmart exclusive Marvel Legends series Avengers 60th Anniversary Earth's Mightiest Captain America Bucky Barnes with that very first Marvel Legends series Captain America Bucky Barnes. The Marvel Legends series, Marvel Legends 20th Anniversary Captain America, and the Marvel Legends series Controller Build-A-Figure Waves U.S. Agent. For our last set of comparisons, here we have the Walmart exclusive Marvel Legends series Avengers 60th Anniversary Beyond Earth's Mightiest Captain America Bucky Barnes, with from the Marvel Legends series making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee. From G.I. Joe Classified series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander From Star Wars The Black Series, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper, and for a 7-inch scale comparison from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on at least one time Walmart exclusive Marvel Legends series Earth's Mightiest Heroes Bucky Barnes Captain America, I have to say it's been a long time coming for them to revisit this character. And I think their proportions are much, much better this time around. I'm not a big fan of the material that they made the shield out of. I understand why they did it, because they wanted it to look a specific way like it did in the comics, but just that swirly twirlies in it just kind of take it down a notch for me. And another big negative for this figure, the way they put it together, the belt. It doesn't feel like it works like it's supposed to. It gets hung up, it comes loose. So there that is. The star on the chest, a little bit of paint slop, or not necessarily paint slop, but maybe misalignment on that. The tampos of the stars on the shoulders look really good. The A looks really good. The eyes look really good. Now the paint at the edge of the face mask, it's a little messy. The red and white stripes look really good too, as well as the blue applications of the paint. And you know, it's glossy where it needs to be, like in the comic, and it's flat where it needs to be, like in the comics, at least to, you know, what I'm seeing here. Now his sidearm, I'm not a big fan of that. I think he really should have come with a more realistic looking gun, but Hasbro Marvel Legends, Hasbro as a company, it's weird because they started out, Marvel Legends had realistic looking weapons, and then G.I. Joe Classified had these futuristic, you know, looking weapons, and now it's reverse, where all the Marvel Legends that have firearms come with these futuristic looking type guns, and G.I. Joe Classified has the more realistic weapons. And you know, that's they need the more realistic weapons, I agree, but there's nothing wrong with giving them the Marvel Legends either. And I don't feel like Bucky would use a laser pistol. But I could be wrong. This could be accurate to the media, but I don't think that it is. I think he used a 911 or 1911 45. But you know, I don't know. The knife is fine. I like the knife okay. And other than that, to me, this is just an okay figure. I know a lot of people really, really liked it, but I'm just not seeing it. Maybe it's just the fact that I'm biased because this is not one of my favorite looks for Captain America. And I mean, it's okay. It differentiates Bucky Barnes' run as Captain America from Steve Rogers' run as a Captain America, or as the Captain America, excuse me. And so, you know, I mean, to me, it's just okay. I don't regret buying it. Of course, I did wait till it was on a pretty good clearance price and picked it up because at Walmart it was on clearance, and I was ordering something else through Walmart.com, and I needed something to make shipping free, and I saw this was on sale at a pretty good discount and decided, well, you know, I'll go ahead and pick it up because I have the original Bucky cap, but I needed an updated version of it, or I felt that at the time. And I don't regret buying this for what I paid for it, so it is what it is. And you know, it's for me, anybody besides Steve Rogers ends up being a footnote in the legacy of Captain America, because it always comes back around to Steve. And you know, there's a reason for that. I think Steve Rogers embodies or at least what we would like to believe is the American ideal. Not necessarily physically, but his personality and his, you know, don't give up attitude, and maybe even his old-fashioned ways of doing things maybe that's the appeal of Steve Rogers. Always, you know, to me, he'll always be Captain America. Well, that does it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. If you are interested in supporting my channel further, I am now offering memberships at various tiers. Click the join button on my YouTube page, or check this video's description for the link and see if any membership offers are right for you, but only if you are in a position to do so. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you would like to see more content, or just help the channel grow, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.